Ladies and gentlemen, a whole variety of news popping off left, right, and center. We've got a here we go for Azpilicueta to Atletico Madrid. I thought he was going to Inter Milan, but twist of fate has happened, much like Jeff Hardy. I believe Jeff Hardy is the one who used to do twist of fate. And yeah, whole heap of news about Hakim Ziyech. The deal has collapsed to Al-Nassr. Many other loan moves for youngsters. Let's go. This is going to be a good one. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's kick things off with Azpilicueta news. This literally just happened about an hour ago. Coming from Fabrizio Romano, ladies and gentlemen, César Azpilicueta to Atletico Madrid. Here we go. Agreement in place over 2-year contract. Azpi will sign until June 2025. That's fantastic. 2-year contract to Atletico Madrid. I believe before he signed the new contract last season under Thomas Tuchel, I think he did have the desire to go back to Barcelona. Absolutely, he did have the desire. I remember, there was those rumors that he had a 2-year contract with Barcelona. So he always wanted to go back to Spain. So this particular news is not entirely a surprise, but somewhat of a surprise in the sense that he had personal terms agreed with Inter Milan. But I guess he always wanted to go back to his native country in Spain. And look, all I have to say in regards to Azpilicueta is firstly, captain, leader, legend, ultimate professional at Chelsea Football Club, has won it all. Literally has won every trophy imaginable at Chelsea Football Club. And what a signing for us. What an absolute bargain signing. Something around £7 million. This is what I mean. Sometimes these underrated signings, these unknown quantities. I believe we got him from Marseille. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty certain we got him from Marseille. What a supreme transfer this has turned out to be. What a supreme player he turned out to be for us. I remember there was a certain stage in his Chelsea career. He was the best left back, the best right back, and at times the best right wing back as well. So phenomenal Chelsea career. As I said, will go down as a legend at Chelsea Football Club, and I wish him all the best. Chelsea will let him leave as free agent, matter of respect for former captain. Documents will be ready soon. Exclusive news confirmed. And look, it was time for him to go. I feel like maybe tad bit late. Should have probably left last season. In fact, even the season before. So probably stayed around at Chelsea Football Club 2 seasons too much. But look, nonetheless, when Reece James was injured, he at least, tried his level best. But we could see in the last couple of seasons that the energy levels required in the Premier League at the highest level, Azpilicueta simply just could not deliver from that perspective. So look, wish him all the best at Atletico Madrid. I wonder how he's going to do at Atletico Madrid under Simeone, who play intense level of football, intense level of pressing. But I don't know whether Azpilicueta is actually going to be a starter. But nonetheless, wish him all the best. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Hakim Ziyech. This news, I didn't want to believe this completely when it first dropped late last night UK time. But as the day progressed earlier on today, it became quite obvious that he has actually failed the medical, or something has happened. The deal has collapsed. Failed medical plus, I think, personal terms later on was not agreed upon as well. So this is the latest coming from Ben Jacobs, ladies and gentlemen. Hakim Ziyech underwent further tests today in Madrid, which confirmed red flags. So there was initial tests that confirmed red flags, and then they allowed him to do further tests, which then also confirmed more red flags with his knee and hip. I didn't know this guy actually had some injury issues. As a result, Ziyech was made a new offer with his basic wage reduced by 40%. So once they realized that, okay, you got some problems, you're going to be a bit of an issue for us, we're going to downgrade your salary by 40%. And I believe he was going to get an exorbitant amount of money over there, something ridiculous as well. Like double the wages what he was on here, like something around 20 million euros or per season. And to reduce that by 40%, it kind of starts not making sense to leave for that level of money. As per colleague James Binge, I don't think that's how you pronounce it, Ziyech is not keen to accept, meaning for now the move to Al-Nassr is off. This guy, honestly, he can't get a break, man. I mean, look, in one part of me, as you guys all know, I love Hakim Ziyech. I've got an emotional attachment with Hakim Ziyech. I would love him to stick around at Chelsea Football Club and see what happens under Pochettino. But I understand it's over between Hakim Ziyech and Chelsea Football Club. I get it. He's not been good enough. There's been glimpses of brilliance, of course, but it's just not been consistent enough. What happens now? Failed move to PSG. Apparently, we couldn't fax the right documents, or this, that, the other. I don't even know if that's a true story now. Was it to do with medical stuff back then as well? I don't know. Now, the move to Al-Nassr, I was looking so forward to this particular move to Al-Nassr, him and Cristiano Ronaldo. I thought that was going to be a sensational link-up, but not to be now. Now what do we do? What do we do? We have to somehow find a home for this guy next season. We don't have enough players. We've got quite a lot of players already in the forward line, in the likes of Sterling, Madueke, Mudryk, Nicolas Jackson just got announced. So we'll talk about that. And yeah, there's just not enough space. Christian Pulisic is about to leave as well. Hakim Ziyech will now have to find another club to go to, but the issue is this medical problem will keep reappearing. Like, I don't believe that the medical issue was just specifically for Al-Nassr. Wherever he goes, can he get that sorted? Can he now seriously look at his knee and his hip and get that sorted before he tries to maneuver another move elsewhere? And next time, we cannot have it as a failed move. And also personal terms. I mean, what's he going to do with that? Like, Al-Nassr were going to give him a lot of money. So look, I'm hoping somehow we can rectify this, but for the time being, this is off. And the other side note to all of this is, how Gary Neville keeps talking about how we have these, inside connection with Saudi Arabia. If we really did have inside connection with Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabia were funding us, this is the claims that Gary Neville is making, this still wouldn't collapse. This would happen. So every party here is looking after themselves. Al-Nassr is looking after themselves. Ziyech is looking after themselves. And Chelsea, we were trying to offload him. So look, sad news in regards to Hakim Ziyech. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this. Would you like to see him for another season in Chelsea? Or do you definitely need to find another home for this guy? But then how does he sort out his knee and his hip? It's a massive issue. And also the personal terms. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Nicolas Jackson has been announced officially by Chelsea Football Club. Look, I'm quite excited about this. I know some of you guys are not happy. Where's our Chelsea gone? We need to be signing the big time players. Look, the tried and tested approach, we have been there, and it's burnt us several times. And as I said, we talked about Azpilicueta being a underrated, transfer move for us, much like Nicolas Jackson could be an underrated move for us as well. So look, let's back the board. Let's see how this particular player evolves under Pochettino. I'm excited, man. Pochettino, he has a reputation to building young players. So let's see what he can do with Nicolas Jackson, and hopefully, he can get a lot of minutes, and hopefully there is a plan for him. From the bits and pieces I've already seen so far of Nicolas Jackson, he's got that underlying quality already. It's just a matter of now fine-tuning that and turning him into a absolute monster of a player for Chelsea Football Club. So look, man, I'm looking forward to how this particular player evolves at Chelsea Football Club. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Christian Pulisic remains keen on Milan move. Nothing changed. He'd love new experience in Italy. Chelsea insist on 25 million asking price, as Milan want to pay less than this. Talks will continue. Milan keep working on Yunus Musa, as reported earlier. Ruben Loftus-Cheek all done. So look, ladies and gentlemen, I think the latest in regards to Christian Pulisic is that apparently personal terms are already agreed as well with Milan. He is very, very keen to do this particular move. Look, I think we will get some sort of a compromise here, and we'll find a middle ground, and we will ship him off to Milan. AC Milan doing a madness and buying a lot of our players. That Sandro Tonali money is coming very, very good. That money, the source of that money is from Saudi Arabia, by the way, coming from Newcastle. So look, if we can do this particular job, I think that's going to be, once again, best for all parties. Christian Pulisic, he simply does not have any more space at Chelsea Football Club, much like Hakim Ziyech as well. With Hakim Ziyech, I'm a tad bit biased, but if I'm going to be logical about it, I think Hakim Ziyech needs to move on, just like Christian Pulisic as well. Official confirmed, Ruben Loftus-Cheek leaves Chelsea and joins AC Milan on a 4-year deal. Final fee, 16 million euros guaranteed, plus 4 million in add-ons, so 20 million euros, something around 17 or 18 million pounds approximately. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, mate, good luck. Good luck to your future endeavors at AC Milan, and I'm going to be a keen observer of AC Milan next season. I believe they're in the Champions League. AC Milan, yes, I think they are. So a team to follow in the Champions League. We're not in the Champions League, so a particular team to follow. We've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, ex-Chelsea player, Tomori, obviously, Giroud. If Christian Pulisic goes there, maybe it's a team to perhaps, take over next season in the Champions League. So good luck to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, official SC Heerenveen have completed the signing of Chelsea midfielder Charlie Webster, highly rated youngster, highly rated youth academy product. Charlie Webster, club confirms. Webster joins the club on 1 season loan. Perfect. There was some scare not that long ago that perhaps he's going to leave permanently to Borussia Dortmund. But we have somehow found an opportunity for him to go out on a loan to Heerenveen. Why not? Top flight football in Dutch league for this level of academy players. Perfect start, and I hope he does well. One eye will be definitely on Heerenveen. Maybe some Heerenveen watch-alongs next season. Really want to focus on all our players that are loaned out, and Charlie Webster, as some of you guys really have hyped him up to be a sensational midfielder. So let's try and follow his journey in Heerenveen and see how he does on loan. Hopefully he gets minutes and showcases exactly why that talent is so much hyped up. Next up, Angelo Gabriel has completed first part of medical test in Brazil. He is set to join Chelsea on deal valid until 2029. Huge deal, 6-year contract. It will also include an option for further season. 2004 born forward has said yes to Chelsea with loan move expected in July. So look, shout out to one of my followers, Brazilian followers. Let me have a look. If he is watching this, let me just bring up his name. He reached out to me. I just forgot his name. Rubens Pereira. Shout out to you, Rubens Pereira, for reaching out to me. Brazilian Chelsea fan, and he's got quite a few information about Angelo. So maybe link up and do a video on Angelo because he watches a lot of the Brazilian football. Look, all I have to say about Angelo, Gabriel Angelo, I think that's his name. Yeah, Angelo Gabriel is he looks like a decent player, and I'm very keen to see him go to loan at Strasbourg, our sister club over there, and hopefully he gets good quality minutes. A lot of people are comparing him, saying that he's more of a right-sided player as opposed to a striker, someone who can do what Madueke does, good dribbler, technically gifted as well. I'm keen to see his growth. Many people are very excited about this player, but me personally, look, karma. I like the approach that we've got for the future, and now with a multi-club model structure that we are looking to build, and we already have Strasbourg under our wings. It's going to be good to see exactly how it all pans out, all these players. And also, ladies and gentlemen, Strasbourg has, I think, I don't know whether it's confirmed, but there is solid information now coming out with Patrick Vieira being the manager over there. So looking forward to Strasbourg, 100% Strasbourg watch along in the other side of the coin. I need to get probably some Strasbourg artwork as well. I want to fill up this particular wall with a whole heap of stuff. I know at the moment I've only got the Stamford Bridge sign there, so hopefully that will be filled up, and maybe some Strasbourg Strasbourg logos will be set up on the wall. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea have submitted their first new contract bid to Levi Colwill. Long-term deal proposed a few days ago. As Colwill is a Cancella, Colwill will not make any decision now. He wants to speak to Pochettino after under 20s Euros. Chelsea consider Levi untouchable. I love it. As I was saying in my stream earlier on today, do check that stream out. Levi Colwill, a lot of people get upset that, Mason Mount, what an embarrassing situation, academy player going to Man United. We act like as if we are losing an unbelievable superstar footballer. No, it's not. For me, Reece James is world class, something to rave about from our academy. And after Reece James, at the moment, when I look at the landscape, it's Levi Colwell. He gives me that level of vibe, that Reece James level of vibe, that this guy will turn out to be something phenomenal. So yeah, I'm glad he's untouchable. I'm hoping he becomes a starter for Chelsea Football Club. With Buddy Shield injured, probably not going to be back before the start of the season. Maybe he might be back, but won't be ready. Koulibaly has moved on as well. So Levi Colwell, you have a clear path at Chelsea Football Club, and I'm looking forward as to exactly how Pochettino deploys Levi Colwell. And I hope this new contract is a decent enough one. Nothing outrageous. We have to understand as well, there's no point in giving some of these youngsters exorbitant amount of money already. They need to slowly work towards it. And a lot of people get worried, oh, long-term deal in let's say, for example, he's on 100K. All right. At the moment, he's definitely not nowhere near 100K. But let's say we give him 100K, right? And we give him a long-term contract. People start thinking, oh, at 100K, long-term contract, he may not want this, he may want more money down the track. What happens? Look, contracts can be renegotiated. Like, people have this sort of feel or this understanding that once a contract is signed, that's it, it's done and dusted. You're stuck there forever. No, that's not the case. The thing, what happens with a long-term contract is, for instance, if you do want to leave, then the matter is not always in your hands, because long-term contract meaning the club has a lot of the power. But if you do want to renegotiate, more wages and whatnot, then you can always reach out to the club and say, hey, I want to sit down and renegotiate. If you don't do that, then I'm going to potentially look to get a move out. And once again, yeah, the club is in power, but you don't want to create that situation where, when a player probably, if they do merit an increase, you don't want to sort of make them disgruntled. Much like what happened with Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez signed a 5-year contract, I believe, with Man City, and he showcased his talent, and his talent is supreme. And he renegotiated a new contract within the first year of his 5-year contract in Man City. So, and Man City didn't want to, say no to him, because they realized, now this guy is something else. This guy is a bit of a baller. Maybe we need to renegotiate and give him more money. So this is what I mean. It's not done and dusted just because you've signed it. Yes, the club has more power, but in this day and age, yeah, with the agents, the football agents that we have, they're powerful as well, and they'll get you a move. They'll move the needle for you. So don't worry about all of that as yet. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Marc Cucurella's representative Alvaro Dominguez publicly denies stories on Spanish left-back offered to Atletico Madrid. Fake news. So, look, Cucurella is going to stick around at Chelsea Football Club, and I'm absolutely all for it. I feel like, getting rid of him after one season, that's a little bit premature. I've seen the level of player that Cucurella is or was at Brighton, and I fully expect him to have a better season under Pochettino, and a better season under a more calm environment at Chelsea Football Club. Last season was just chaotic. We've already seen so many players have left, so hopefully that will create a great environment for Marc Cucurella to thrive. Now, what happens with the future of, when you have that many very, very talented footballers on the left side, in the likes of Cucurella, Chilwell, Ian Martson, Lewis Hall, it does become a bit of a problem. And this is where I have to say, look, whatever the situation is, I'm happy to accept, because all of those players I truly, truly believe in. So whoever ends up staying, whoever ends up going, it's just a sad case of the circumstance that we find ourselves in, with a plethora of talented left-sided footballers. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, understand Cesare Azpilicueta plans for Premier League or Serie A football next season, despite 4 loan proposals from championship clubs. Priority will be for that kind of move. Final decision will be made together with Chelsea. Look, that's fantastic. If we can land him a Premier League loan move, that would be sensational. Or a Serie A. I think recently I saw some news from one of the Serie A teams. Can't really remember who it was. Was it Juventus or someone, some Italian club in the top half? That would be fantastic as well. I think recent times there was rumors around Leicester, who have an Italian manager, so there could be a connection there. Look, the future is bright, and looks like he's going to go out on a loan, and I hope he shines. truly, truly hope he shines. He seems like a player that could be brilliant for us. So let's keep a lookout on Cesare Azpilicueta next season. Loan watch on this channel. You best believe. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content, ladies and gentlemen. Till next time. See ya.